الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الإمام والمهديين وسلم تسليما كثيرا. الصلاة والسلام على الرسول الأعظم محمد صلى الله عليه وآله، والصلاة والسلام على فاطمة الزهراء، والصلاة والسلام على أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب، والصلاة والسلام على الحسن المجتبى وعلى الحسين الشهيد وعلى الأئمة من ولده. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, and may Allah send His peace and blessings upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad, the Imams and the Mahdis. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. See they not how Allah originates the creation, then repeats it. Verily that is easy for Allah. Today the dead have been sent forth from their graves, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has repeated their creation, meaning He has made them reincarnate back into this world, and the dead today are now meeting one another and visiting one another and getting to know one another and getting to know what their hands has put forth. The rise of the Qa'im alayhi salam is known also as the smaller Qiyamah. And just as on Judgment Day, the believers in this incarnation are getting to know their deeds, getting to know their past incarnations and what their hands had put forth before them. So congratulations to all those whom are receiving their books in their right hands. And Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam has said that the greater judgment day happens for each person at the end of all of their rounds here on earth. And for the 313 and the prophets and the messengers and all the people, this round is also a test and part of the test for them. Rather, it is the most important part of the test and the ultimate test for everyone. For in this test, all of the previous prophets and messengers and righteous ones have returned in order to compete with one another for the high ranks, and so that they might be tested in regards to their support for Al-Hussein alayhi salam and their support for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. It is a round so important that one day Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam told me, if the people knew the importance of this round and its greatness, they would not ask about any of their other previous incarnations, and they would be satisfied with only knowing they were upon this da'wah in this incarnation. This time is a time that is not repeated, for in it everyone is gathered. The Imam alayhi salam said, by Allah, no one enters into this da'wah except he with great luck. And in this round, those who wish to meet Jesus, or Noah, or Michael or Gabriel may do so. And those who wish to eat or speak with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, and with Al-Hussein alayhi salam may do so. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam has also clarified that the number of incarnations for the people are different. There is not a set number for all people. Some have incarnated many times, and others incarnated a smaller amount of times. Some are in their last incarnation here on earth and will not return after this, such as Joseph and Ilyas, peace be upon him, except for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. And others will come back many, many more times. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has clarified that some of the people have incarnated in all their incarnations as known characters, and for others they were known characters in only some of their incarnations, or in one of their incarnations. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has stressed very much about this round and this incarnation and its importance, because in it will be determined the future of the individual. There has come to this world 124,000 prophets and 313 messengers, and today with Al-Hussein alayhi salam, not all of the 313 will be messengers. Most of them are. Some of them were faithful companions and believers who were not prophets in any of their incarnations. and most of them were messengers. And within the 313 and the 50, bid'ah can take place. And Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has said, it does take place, and it has taken place in the past with the messengers and the prophets. And there were those of the prophets whose names were erased from the list of prophets. And there were those who were almost erased, like Joseph and Moses. And that is why the 313 are in a competition. And the believers are in a competition and a race in order to reach the cave. And the fortified cave is Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam. And whoever reaches the cave, there is no fear upon them, nor are they to be sad. And being in the cave is a rank. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam were many. And there is entering in the cave a good number today. And a small number will enter in the future. From those who have entered into the cave in the past were the likes of Jesus and Abraham and Moses and Michael and Gabriel and some of the companions of the cave like Maximilianus and the rest of the 40 men who met with Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam before the announcing of the Black Banners Dawah publicly. And these 40 men, Imam Ahmad al-Hasan alayhi salam said, are the best of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have passed the test and are promised to the paradises of immortality. And they never doubt nor apostate. And they are completed and they are of the winners. They have passed every test and overcame every obstacle. And they are not counted in any future tests. And Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has said, and there were others by Allah whom were supposed to be there as well with the 40, but for various reasons were not there. And they will join their brothers inshaAllah. And to join them if God wills in the future are 12 or 13 others, whom will not apostate nor doubt, and whom will enter the cave God willing. So peace and blessings be upon the 40, the best of the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And upon all those whom catch up with them. From those 40 men is he whom will live the long lifespan of Noah in this round. And from those 40 men is he who is given half the beauty of all mankind in this round. And from those 40 men is he who will give a speech, and thousands will fall down in prostration and accept this dawah. So peace be upon them all the day they were born, and the day they die, and the day they are sent forth again. They reach these high degrees by obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and through sincerity and worship. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan said, I wish that all the prophets and the messengers and the righteous ones in this day and age will come to know themselves. And I wish that they bring forth all their power and their deep faith buried within them. They can do so by complete obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and by knowing that there is no power nor might except through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and by exterminating themselves and dissolving their existence completely in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And narrated from Kamil al-Tammar, who said, Abu Ja'far alayhi salam said, the believers are successful. And then he asked, do you know who they are? I said, you know best. He alayhi salam said, the believers who are submissive are successful. Verily the Muslims, or the submissive, are the Najaba, the chosen. And the believer is strange, so tuba for the strangers. And Abi Basir said, Abu Abdullah alayhi salam said, the people of talk will be destroyed, and only the submissive will be saved. Verily the Muslims, the submissive ones, are the chosen ones. And so the companions of speech and talk and hypocrisy will fail, and only the believers whom are submissive will succeed. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears and sees, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that which is in the hearts. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala does not hide nothing in His heavens nor anything in His earth from His beloved creation, the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, the companions of the cloak, peace be upon them. And as for those who think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ignorant, and knows not what is in their hearts, they will lose and they will be exposed. Just like the hypocrite, backwards creation, whom Ahmad Murad Ibn Mika'il alayhi salam had warned you about while he was here with us on Paltalk a few months back. The backwards creation whose apparent is belief and whose inner is evil, the one who goes by the name of Muhammad al-Hadi. This individual, while in the apparent claiming to be a believer and mingling with the believers, he is actually a hypocrite whom has tried over and over to take advantage of the believing women. And he writes to them in private, trying to pick them up, believing women and non-believing women. And if you ask the believing women, many of them will testify to this. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has said that Muhammad al-Hadi is najis and cursed and a hypocrite. And Imam Ahmad al-Hasan is ordering that all the believers cut the relationship with him completely. He is not a believer, and the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon him. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has also wished to open up a box, a general house of funds used for the benefit of the poor Ansar or those whom are in need. He alayhi salam has appointed Brother Abu Haydara to be in charge of this box, and anyone who would like to donate to this cause can arrange with him, inshallah. Another thing which I would like to point attention to is the fact that Imam Ahmad al-Hasan has said and has received in this past, and I've received in the past, some questions from some Ansar concerning certain verdicts issued in jurisprudence matters and other matters. And they said that they received these verdicts from other brothers or sisters. And I want to let you know that issuing a verdict in a matter without knowledge is a serious crime. Imam Ahmad al-Hasan is also urging the believers to never make any fatwas without knowledge. He alayhi salam said, do they not know that whoever makes a fatwa without knowledge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him sit on the day of judgment on a chair of fire. And he alayhi salam said, I am amazed by those whom leave the family of Muhammad alayhi salam, and the prophets, and the messengers, and the vicegerents, and the divine religions, and goes to a different religion or to other teachings, that even if its basis is true, it is still wrong and corrupt. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, zilina wal mahdina, wa sallim tasliman kathira. I will remain with you for a little bit of time. If you guys have any questions or concerns that you'd like to share with me, I'll give the mic inshallah to Usama, Rayat Sud. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him and protect him. And if there's anything that I can help you with, please let me know. I'm with you in the room. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.